And it is the AIM Women's Affinity Group, so if you're not on there, please join. And I'm excited to talk to you guys after our speaker and everything like that. So thank you again for coming, and I'm going to introduce our corporate sponsor, Laura Brandao with AFR.
You know, Sarah knows that I literally took a day off of work to kind of prepare because I'm so passionate about what you guys are doing. I really am. I mean, I can tell you from this isn't even what I have written down, but I can tell you from a lender perspective, it was probably about, and Sarah can attest to this because she heard it, but it was probably about a little over a year ago, I started saying to my team, there's a shift coming. And everybody said, really? And I said, I'm telling you, the brokers are starting to shift, and you are watching this movement that is coming. And it's a beautiful thing. It really is. Because I started watching people that jumped away from being a broker and went to work for a big bank after the crash. And then all of a sudden they were like, wait a minute, maybe this isn't the best place for me. Maybe it might be a little better if I venture back to the broker side. And it's brought so many wonderful people back into that channel. And I can tell you from a lender perspective, it's been wonderful to watch this and to hear everyone's story. I can tell you that one of the first things I do when we sign up a new client is, tell me your story. I want to hear it. It actually helps me connect with our clients. So it's very important. But now, to go back to this. So anyway, good evening, everyone. Well, I'm so excited to be here at the kickoff event for the AIM Women's Affinity Group. First off, let's hear it, ladies! This is a big day. And I want to thank everyone for joining us. And a special thank you to Anthony Casa, Mark, Kelly, for seeing the vision of this idea of bringing this here and to launch this group. For those of you that didn't hear, my name is Laura Brandao, and I am honored to be the corporate sponsor for the group. And I promise that I am truly committed to us growing a group that will bring value to all of you. And I look forward to getting to know each and every one of you. And we even have a little segment that's planned after I speak to get to know everyone. So be ready to speak up. Okay, so to give you a little bit of background about me, okay, because like we said, we all have a story, okay? So let me tell you a little bit about my story, okay? All right, keep going, Michael. I'm actually going to skip this for the next. Sorry about that. Oh, yeah. Look at that picture. Hard to believe even which person is me in that picture. Okay. Yeah, I don't even know if you've seen that, Sarah. All right. Well, so to tell you my story, I started in the mortgage business in the 1990s. That picture is not from the 1990s, but I started in the mortgage business in the 90s. And I needed a part-time job because I was a stay-at-home mom. I ran a telemarketing call center where I had hundreds of part-time college students, moonlighters, and stay-at-home moms calling prospects to offer them a lower rate on their mortgages. Well, after a few years, I was really kind of frustrated with the fact that all these deals that we were producing, they weren't closing. So I said, well, we need to do something about that. So I taught myself how to process and underwrite loans. And at the age of 27, I became the first COO of a mid-sized lender, okay? Well, that lesson taught me something that I still follow today. The lesson is when you hit a roadblock, whatever that roadblock may be, you're either going to figure out how to go over it or around it. And that is exactly what I feel all of you are doing at this moment. So in 2005, I made the transition into the wholesale channel, and I fell in love, and there's no going back once you're in that channel. And of course, we do know though, 2005, we know what was coming shortly after that, a few years later. And I was sitting at a lender going, am I gonna wind up on that mortgage implode or not? I think we all remember that. So I made a call actually to my IndyMac rep at that time. I said, hey, do you know anywhere that might be safe Boy, was that a silly question to ask. I don't think anybody knew of a safe place to be in 2007. But she told me one of her clients wanted to start a wholesale division. And I said, I bet I can do that. And so I met with our CEO. Oh, he had a great plan. No salary, no benefits, no team. But hey, Laura, go ahead. It's all yours. I said, okay. And I got in the car, and the first person I called was my husband, and I said, okay, I know we've got a mortgage, and we've got a couple of kids to take care of, but I've got the opportunity to start a wholesale division. Yeah, by the way, there's no salary, there's no team, it's just me, what do you think? And my husband, luckily, after many years, said, oh, you would be silly to not take that opportunity. You should take it. And so, in June 18th of 2007, AFR Wholesale was born. I like to refer it that way because it's my baby. And that baby is a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of ups and downs, and a lot of that referring to our infancy period as everything was fresh and new and exciting. And then after that, we had our terrible twos. And we made some mistakes, and we scraped our knees. And then from there, we became preteens. During that preteens years, we weren't feeling very attractive, and we were trying to figure out, who are we? That was our preteens years. And then, of course, our rebellious teenage years. All of these transitions taught us different lessons that have allowed us to evolve. And I kind of think that that's what all of this is. This is evolving with the market and going with the changes that are occurring in our industry and allowing those opportunities where you guys you're not sitting back and watching, you're in it. You're actually being part of the change. And that's what I hope for within this group. So the day that I started, our CEO pointed to a desk and said, there you go, that's wholesale. And I said, okay, I've got no clients, no team, just me and a computer. And I sat down and I started Googling brokers, state by state. I just started cold calling. And I kept going and going. Oh, by the way, I had one product to sell. FHA down to 500 FICO. That was all I had, one thing. But I just kept calling. The first month, by myself, I brought 10 families home. And I was pretty happy with that. But something, again, shifted in the marketplace. A company called Taylor, Bean and Whitaker went out of business. And when they went out of business, I had more manufactured homes than I knew what to do with. I was okay. I was good with that. But again, I didn't know about that opportunity. It just happened to roll with the changes within the marketplace. So we grew very quickly, became known for manufactured homes. In 2009, I became the first woman partner of our company. And a few weeks ago, I became the first woman president of our company. And for those of you that don't know our company and people that work for me know, it is a very big deal to be the first woman president because the company is a family-owned company and there's never been, having a woman come in there. So it's a very big accomplishment. So I was very happy about that. So Mark mentioned it, and all of you are probably saying, people often ask me, where does that woman get her energy from? I get that question all the time. As a matter of fact, somebody said to me 2 weeks ago, if you're ever going to do a TED Talk, that's the topic. I want to know, how do you always have so much energy? That's actually a really easy question for me. I love what I do. I absolutely love the mortgage business. How many people every day have the pleasure of bringing people home? The first time the door opens and the children run through, and the dog is following behind. We control that. We have that power. And that's why I don't need the alarm clock to wake me up, because every day I'm up, and very, very early, as many people that will call me at 5:30, 6 in the morning, I'm at the office, because I have families to bring home. And that's where, sorry for the gentleman in the room, that's where I feel women actually have an advantage. And I'm going to tell you why. Because with women, I can be energetic, I can be passionate, I can be, crazy sometimes. I'm sending out cute little notes and doing fun things and calling people happy birthday and all of that. And people are encouraging me. But men, if you do that, you look vulnerable. There's a difference. So I say that we need to utilize the gifts that we have, because in our industry, it actually ties what better thing to bring home family than all of us. So I definitely think you have to do that. So I know, and I'm going off my thing, right, Michael? All right. So as women, we are also good listeners. But sometimes, ladies, we allow negative chatter in our minds that actually talk us out of opportunities. And I am here to say, you have nothing to be afraid of. We are smart. We are strong. We are passionate women that not only can run a business, we can do anything that we make a priority. We can also be caring and supportive. And when I use the word family, it comes across kind of motherly, where maybe in other ways it will not. So I did some research, and I looked up what attributes do they consider makes a strong woman. And this was the consensus. 1, a woman who knows who they really are and what they want in life. A woman that sticks up for themselves. A woman that continually challenges themselves. A woman who knows how to make themselves happy. A woman who stands up for what she believes in that is right and doesn't shy away from what she wants. And since the first step of success is showing up, I can already see we have an entire room of strong women. The Ames Women Affinity Group has given us an opportunity for all of us to shine. This light will grow as we come together as a group. And it's been proven that almost every attribute of your potential, from intelligence to creativity to leadership to personality and engagement, is interconnected with others. To truly thrive, we need to stop trying to be faster alone and work together for bigger potential. Because success can only truly be achieved in a cycle with others. And those are 4 stages of potential. Surround yourself with positive influencers. Cut out negative promoters. 2, expand your power by helping others, by leading from every seat. The more you give, the more you will get back. 3, enhance your resources by becoming a prism of praise. Again, praising others will bring it back to you. And 4, sustain. Take your wins and fuel your efforts so you can build momentum and never stop progressing. While we're speaking about potential, and I wanted to share you with an interesting article that I read in the Harvard Business Review. The question actually was, and this is 100% true, you can Google it, okay? The question was, do you get value in belonging to a women's group or attending a conference, okay? Well, Harvard actually interviewed 2,600 women of different industries. just to see if belonging to a women's group or attending conferences actually had a positive outcome. A positive outcome was defined in two ways. One, financial. Increase in pay, a promotion. Two, intellectual outcome by increased optimism, lower stress level, and a feeling of connection. So, for the women who signed up for a conference, but they hadn't actually gone yet, 18% of them received a promotion during the first year, compared to 42% of the women that actually went. In other words, after connecting with your peers at the conferences for women, the likelihood of receiving a promotion doubled, and 15% of the women who attended the conference actually increased their income for one reason or another. They also surveyed the women who attended the conference about their outlook, and 78% of them reported being more optimistic about the future. And after they attended, the most telling fact is 71% of the attendees said they felt more connected to others, and it's proven that connection is the greatest predictor of success and happiness. There is power in connecting, ladies and gentlemen. And if you feel this, bring it back to your teams. Don't just leave, tomorrow at the end of the conference and you're like, I'm all charged up. Oh my God, I learned so much. Bring it back. I'm going to tell you something from a personal standpoint. When I attended the very first AIM conference in Irvine, California, I actually held a company-wide call to actually share with my entire team what was happening here and what I felt, and I needed to share it with them. That's how much of a connection I felt. And I only hope that all of you feel that today and tomorrow and bring it back. So, to wrap it up, my goal is not to just say, oh, we have a women's affinity group. Okay, that's great. Good job. That's wonderful. No. We can't hope that something happens. We have to show the wholesale community that we can come together for a greater mission of building a fellow women up. And this is personal, ladies. We have to do this. So, we will be doing some interviews after. And I really hope some of you, I know some are like, I don't want to go on camera. I don't want to. I promise, she does an amazing job. We'll make everybody look great. And I promise we will not ask you anything you're not comfortable with. This is fun. This is to show others that couldn't come to Vegas this weekend and experience this. We want to share it. We want them to be able to say, wow, I'm so sad I missed that. I want to go to the next one. I want to be part of this. So we want to definitely include that. Okay? So we'll be doing some interviews, all that. And are we up to Sarah there? Sure. Okay. So thank you very much for allowing me the time.